Holy crap, we're live.
Oh
Hi,
my.
everyone.
Run
Welcome
while you
to the
can.
show. Run while you can. If you're seeing a lot of blue in the center box there, it's by design. So
It's water.
it's water. It's a lot of water. And we'll get to why there's a lot of water here in a moment. Let's do... I didn't get you guys in the right... Forget that step. Who needs to go here?
Details.
Details. Bert, who are you and who are you playing?
Hey, I'm Bert, and I'm playing Mornith tonight, the ice elf thief slash con man slash I don't know, put her down of our party's leader. I mean, I just think of it as, you know, taking his ego down because, you know, he's so good at everything. Someone's got to watch him. Got to bring him
It's
down.
true.
Yeah.
Good boy is good at everything.
Dad, I was gonna make the same joke. I'm like,
Oh.
you know, good boy blushes a bit.
There you go. Very cool. Dan, who are you playing?
Everybody, Dan here, and with Defenders that I'm playing are halfling detective wizard named Sherbert, who generally speaking is just up to shenanigans and nothing else anymore.
Sounds about
Really
right.
good shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rope stuff and
Invisible items and
yeah.
teleporting items and
Yeah.
And making our items invisible, yes, that's the important part.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jake, what do you got?
Well, I've got a seer elf who has forsaken his magical heritage in order to pursue alchemy. Consequently, his nickname is Beaker, because elves like nicknames, apparently.
Okay. That works. Next up, we have someone that if you refer to them as a clockwork dog, they will shoot you in the face. Jeff, who you
Yep.
playing?
I'm playing a dog, a robot dog, not some shitty clockwork dog, like an advanced, you know, highly technical, like Radio Shack dog,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Who has a giant cannon on his back and trouble with his voice modulator still. Can't quite get that voice working. So all he does is say bark, bark. But it's really driven me to do a lot more emotive work with my face. So I feel like it's made me a better person. So it's fine.
Absolutely.
Being a dog has
fantastic.
made me a better person.
There you go. There you go. All right. Last but not least, hiding down in the corner. Jeremy, what do you got?
I'm gonna be playing Barbar, who's a orc spirit touched barbarian that's really like a dollar general paladin who's somehow magically imbued with being really good at diplomacy.
Yeah. So yeah, you're all swimming right now. Anyone want to give me a quick recap on how you all got into this wet situation? I just hope that the water isn't hot.
I presume it's not hot, or we'd probably know if we were in hot water.
Yeah.
Well, some of us are in suits, so I think some of us are okay.
I mean, we may get to that building a distance away from us and find out that
Yeah.
we're in hot water. Then
So
Mhm.
So we got invited to a ball, and then while at the ball, we got invited to like a special meeting with that turned out to be with the old king,
who we hate,
who was
you know.
Whatever.
The old
Hate's a
king of
strong
Vruz,
word.
who was kind of a beehole.
You know, his politics are a little behind the times, and we killed him. And his
As you
friend.
do with all political arguments.
Mhm.
And then turns out we were in some kind of like underwater facility. And then we went outside in the water, floated to the top. And now we see a city on stilts nearby.
Well,
At the end.
rather than trying to go backwards, we decided to just keep going forwards.
Yeah.
We're
I would
looking
like-
for the chosen child with the tattoo on her back now.
Yeah,
This is going to go
Pretty
full
much.
world now.
Yeah. There's a group that's addicted to cigarettes and Kevin Costner with fish gills.
Also look for the golden child while we're at it too.
It's a different movie.
I know.
Okay. We could throw that on there.
I don't like the Golden Child because it overshadowed Big Trouble in Little China. And
Yeah, this is
I
true.
don't know
That's
what's up.
fair.
It did. I grew up with the
Very
Golden
upset.
Child, and not Big Trouble in Little China. So I can
This
totally
is why
see
we're
that.
not friends.
Yep,
Oh.
these are the facts. I mean,
I'll have to correct
where was
that
the
at some
little
point.
tiny dancing pop can man?
Yeah. I have enough love in my heart for both of them.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. So invited to the ball. There was a dance off. There was drinking, a lot of drinking. Barbar managed to meet with a big fancy dude from the 7 coins, invited you back to a room, to a secret teleporting pad where you all met and killed the king, wandering around there.
And him.
And
Well,
him.
he's not dead yet. He's in a suit. That's right. We saved him.
You did save him. You knocked him out. You
Yeah.
stuck him in a suit.
Can't question
And-
dead bodies. At least not yet.
Not yet.
Well, we could, but then we'd be like the king. So
Yeah.
next thing you know, some adventurers are coming along to kill us, and then interrogate us while we're dead. It's a never-ending cycle after that.
I mean, we could question him. We'd have to make up our answers at the same time. You know?
Yeah, there would have to be some Jim Henson magic going on.
I can be like invisible and do the puppeteering. That way it looks convincing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man.
At that point, we should just like enter ourselves into that secret society and just weekend Bernie's it. Like, yeah, he totally agrees with all of our ideas.
It's amazing.
All
I
those
just
in
gotta walk
favor.
around a lot while I'm talking.
Yeah. All right. So you've all bobbed up to the surface. You see off in the distance this strange looking city. Looks like it's white marble or something like that. Almost standing on stilts, slightly above the water level. And as you kind of search the horizon, it's just water. You look back behind you, and it's just water. You seem to be in the middle of an ocean, just paddling for your lives. The majority of you are in these, essentially giant scuba suits. Mornath was too cool for a scuba suit, so he just went for it.
I've embraced my inner aquatic nature, having come from the ice-filled mountains.
Full of ice. Full of
Ice
water.
is water, so I mean, like,
So somewhere in the Elven past heritage, those mountains used to be in the ocean, you see,
yeah,
and thus the extra breathing capacity.
that's it.
Continental drift, shifting sea levels. You know how it is.
They went from being covered in water to being covered in snow.
Yeah.
Science. So what's the plan?
I guess we swim and hope that we make it.
Mm-hmm.
Mornath, you're the only one I'm gonna make do this check because you're the only one not in a suit.
Sure. What is this check?
You're gonna give me an athletics test.
Athletics test. Oh my. Okay. Well, I think I have that. Pretty sure I have that. Trying to find it on the sheet. There we go. Okay. Athletics.
It's not bad.
21.
As you all start swimming towards this city, it's smooth sailing as you all make your way along. And then, I need my little table in this game.
Sort of aquatic monstrosity awaits us.
Barbar, you feel something brush against your leg. You look around and you see a dark shape kind of circling below you. And it darts directly up, straight towards you.
Oh boy.
And I've got pictures. So it's this long, relatively thin, fish-like creature with no noticeable fins on it. Just big forehead and teeth.
Oh boy.
As it closes in hard. Where are you at?
Wow. It's like a whale worm thing.
Yeah. As it makes an attack against you. Now, those of you
It's
in
a sperm
suits,
shark.
I'm gonna,
I'm sure.
for the suit, go ahead and we'll just throw 3 AC on top of your, an additional 3 AC on for the suit.
Oh, phew. Then he misses.
Okay, he bounces off the hard exterior of the suit. What do you do, man?
Well, I guess I kind of, like to say it's rage. Maybe it's a little bit of piss in my pants, but I cause some radiant fire to go around my foot and I kick it in the face.
Lovely. Go ahead and make that attack. And as you're making this attack, and all of you see Barbar kind of flailing around and yelling, you look and you see this weird sperm fish attacking him.
Man, that's a terrible roll.
Hit. 15 does not hit.
I'll use one of my heroics.
Okay. This is the start of a session, so go ahead and take your heroics, everyone.
Okay. I'll retry. I want to make this thing not mess with us.
That is a hit.
There you go.
Okay. And then we'll just add 4 on the end of it. So 11
11. Cool.
as some radiant damage tacks onto it.
We need to put one more on that. As you all look around, you can see more of these things kind of coming to the surface, beginning to circle the party. You're all
Rude.
surrounded. And I need you all to roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
Every time I go try.
Yeah. There we go. And Barbar. 31
okay.
for initiative. That's crazy, man. Go ahead. You
fuck.
start us off.
We've got like a good mixture of us and them in the encounter, it looks like.
Oh,
And
man.
you're
I wish I had.
all in the water swimming. So this won't be easy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try and kick it again.
Sure. 25's a hit.
Okay.
Is not a critical hit.
So another 11.
As you kick this thing hard, you can feel its skull fracture underneath your foot or whatever it's got in place of a skull. Let's apply that again. As you kill the first one of these.
Nice.
Okay. And then I'm near Sherbert, and it looks like there's another one that's kind of close to Sherbert as well, right?
Yeah.
So I'll use, that was my first action point. I'll use my second one to kind of do my best to swim.
I'm going to say movement here is probably at half speed with swimming.
Okay. So I'm not moving too far. It's basically a
Yeah.
diagonal space. And I don't know if that puts me within reach of the other one.
Sure.
Okay. Don't want our squishy friend to get attacked.
11 does not hit.
I'll let that be.
Okay. As
Okay.
one of them swims up hard and fast behind Good Boy and makes an attack.
I don't think. I think Good Boy starts to growl when someone swims up hard and fast behind him.
That's fair.
Grr, grr.
The attack is going to be a 14 to hit.
Get that shit out of here.
All right, that's fine. And it attacks again for its final action. It's only a 6, yeah.
I think it actually hits himself with that roll.
What's your AC?
A critical failure.
With the 3?
Yeah.
Because you said it was a 3. It's going to be 24, I think. Yeah,
So if
24.
it's a 24 is your AC, both of those are critical failures.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Oh my.
Let's pull a card and see what we get. And I see.
Does it just start chewing on the barrel of the gun?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I do have my gun. That's right. Yeah.
Second attack's not gonna go through. Because it slams hard into Good Boy's suit. So hard, in fact, that it shits itself in the water. And now there's just
gross.
this cloud of fishy shit and the creature is blinded because it's got fishy shit in its eyes. So for the next round, this one is blinded.
But they don't have any eyes.
Yeah, maybe they're very
Yeah.
tiny eyes that are hard to see.
Yeah.
Or maybe they
I feel bad
attack by
for
sense of
Mornath.
smell.
And now all they smell is shit.
The rest of us are in suits. Mornath has the shit water. Careful.
Oh no!
Oh, God.
It wouldn't be the first time.
That's some bad soup. Sherbert, you're up.
Well, I don't really have a lot of equipment to work with right now, and I don't have a good spell.
You just punch it.
Is there anything like would I be able to use telekinetic projectile on one of the dead ones into another one?
That's awesome.
Yeah, make that attempt.
Okay, I know that's probably a bit of a stretch, but
I'm going to make it a little more difficult because you're attacking against AC. Oh, but a 22 is going to hit.
That's some hot fish on fish action.
Yeah, I bumped that thing's up, AC up. That's still a hit. Which one are you? You're flinging the dead one. Which one are you
yeah, I
flinging
figure
it
we'll
at?
probably just go to this close one.
Okay. Let me get in a little bit closer for the stream. All right. 22 is a hit. Go ahead and give me that damage.
Let's see here. Oop.
Ooh.
Not lethal, but very close.
Dang.
All right. Anything else, man?
I'm gonna go ahead and cast shield too,
Okay.
just in case.
Cool.
Mm.
Another one closes in on Mornath. Now, Mornath, you are without one of these fancy suits, so it uses an action to close in. First action is a bite at 27.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. What's your AC right now?
Without armor, like 20.
Oh, 20. Wow. You are tough. All right. Hits a bite for 6 points. And it attacks again. 21. Another 5 points. So 11 points altogether as it closes in and just starts biting at you. Oh, snap. Dustin showed up. Hey, man.
All day.
Beaker, what do you got?
I'm going to use prestidigitation to cook, and I'm going to boil the water around the face of one of these
Oh,
critters.
wow. Okay.
Probably the one that just bit Mornath.
I'll take it anyway, Chuck. But I just looked. My AC is actually 23 because my Elven Chain, the only thing I'm not wearing, is only a +2. So
Okay. So if you're 23, you can ignore that last 5 damage. I mean, that wouldn't have hit you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want you to give me a test on this, Jake. I want you to give me an Arcana test, or whatever the equivalent is here.
All right.
Yeah, Arcana. Yeah, give me an Arcana test. Oh,
29.
yeah. You put that up. Go and give me a D6 plus your intelligence modifier for damage.
Oh boy. What is my intelligence mod? That would be good to know. +4.
All right, so D6 plus 4 is you use a cantrip to begin boiling the water around that creature's face. As Mornath, you're close enough. You can see discoloration on its head. Looks like it's got fairly tough scales, but you can see some of them kind of start protruding out a little weird, like they're being warped by the heat. And that kicks us over to you, Mornath.
all right, I want to ride this baby.
Okay, give me
I
your
want to
athletics
swim
test.
over there and try and get control of it. So what do you want?
Athletics. Yeah.
Athletics. Okay. I suppose acrobatics would help, but athletics. Okay, fine.
This will be an opposed test. You got a 23. That's good.
Oh my god.
I got a 17. You grab a hold of this thing for your first action, and you've got it kind of like this bear hug. Go ahead and give me another one of those. And if you succeed here, you will have mounted it. Yeah, that 20 still beats it. So you are now setting on this thing's back. as it's wriggling around. Now, on its turn, it can take movement since it's still swimming. But
So my third action, what I
Yeah.
want to do is like from where I'm mounted, I want to like jam my hands into its gill holes to get a good
oh wow,
right.
Okay,
And I'm gonna try and to steer it using that.
okay, yeah. When I'll probably have you do a test. It'll probably be an easy test when it's time to do some movement. But yeah, that's fantastic.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah, so yeah, you got it by the gills. Last one comes up. It sees there's a huge commotion going on with Mornath and this one here. So it's going to swim up to Beaker. I'm going to make a couple bite attacks. First one, dirty 20.
That'll be a miss.
A miss? Fantastic. Second one, critical 24.
Well, that's my AC is 24.
So 24, it rolled 24, so that would be a hit because it has to meet or exceed. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna take some crit damage here, man. 12.
Oof! Ouch.
Still.
Mercifully, my HP is still very nice.
Nice. All right, good boy.
So good boy, doggy paddling with his gun in his hand next to this this shit puddle is going to see that his pal Beaker just took there's some blood and whatever kind of leaking out of his suit. I will go ahead and conjure a bullet out of thin water to load my gun. For my first action, I'm using energy shot, which I'll go ahead and tack on. I'll tack on, I don't know, what's a good damage type to tack on to this? Let's say
Acid.
acid. Okay. And then I will, and I'm just gonna shoot at the one next to Beaker, ignoring the one that can't seem to get out of its own way. So yeah, it's a 33 to hit.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, man, that's crit.
Okay. So underwater, you can't really hear it, but like, do we have communications? Is it like fancy stuff, or is it like
I'll say
old school?
those of you in a suit got comms between each other. Yeah.
I'm feeling just called out here, Chuck. Just every time you say that, feeling a little called out here.
You can just take the one hostage out of the suit and just let him float, and you take his. Of course, now you've got a fish, so maybe things have evened out.
Maybe. Oh my god.
Plus one point of
one.
acid damage.
I'm
so
glad.
69.
69, nice. I'm glad it took that +1 because a 68 wouldn't have done anything. No, you shoot this thing, and it's just this poof, as just pink mist goes up. Beaker, I'm going to go ahead and say that you're slid back a hex from the impact of this. As, yeah, that thing is very dead.
So
Yeah.
you'll hear like a muted over the intercom. And then for my third action, I want to do thoughtful reload. So can I roll a knowledge check on these to see if I can glean some useful information about them?
They're weak to 69 damage.
Yeah.
This would probably be something along the lines of like a survival, nature or survival. I'll let you take your pick.
I'll do survival. It's a little better.
The music playing in the background is perfect for just exploding a shark underwater.
24.
Yeah, man. These things, they don't seem to have any abnormal strengths or weaknesses. You're getting this kind of the feel that since they're you can't see any eyes on them or anything, like you mentioned before, probably very scent based. Yeah, there's not a lot of information to share, so I'll just tell you this for your final bit. Their AC is 16.
Okay. All right. You'll just hear the sounds of a robotic toy dog just kind of laughing at how pathetic these things are.
Bark, bark, bark. Bark, 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 bark.
Fantastic.
That's my turn.
All right. This one that Barbar tried to kick and Sherbert threw a
Threw his
thing
brother at him.
Yeah. It's just going to move in. It's going to try and bite at you. Bar.
Okay,
24?
that does it.
6 damage.
Oh no, you almost took down my temp HP.
Second one is a
Such-
12, so that's a solid miss.
Such losses.
A critical miss.
Critical miss. Barbar, you're up. Oh, is that a critical miss?
It is.
Let's get a card. It wears itself out, flailing
just
this
fire.
hard that it's going to lose an action on its next turn.
It's
don't
not
think
going to
it's-
survive to its next turn.
That's fair. All right. Yeah, Barbar, you're up.
I'm going to do a radiant flame punch to its face.
22's a hit.
So 9 damage.
Let's see here. I think. Yep, that kills it. 2 are left, one of which Mornath is riding.
Okay, well, since Mornath is riding that one, I guess I'll go swimming as best I can.
Come join the shitwater.
Yeah,
I'll come join the shitwater. I'll
It's
kind of
fine.
interpose.
a little chunky.
Delicious.
Well, I'm so glad I'm inside the suit. This is where having a cute sense of smell would really suck. So,
Shit and blood.
glad
Yeah,
and I'm going to try and punch him too.
sure. Go for it. 28's a hit. Its AC is
Crit,
16,
too.
so that is a crit.
Oh, Lord. So 10 plus another 4 that gets doubled, so 18.
That's gonna do that. I'm just gonna hit there. Doesn't quite finish the job, but it's close.
I'm okay with an 18-point punch. It's not as good as Mornath's punch the other day, though.
Yeah. All right. The blind one is going to try and make an attack. Probably a good boy. But
It's probably an unwise decision for him.
it is blind. You know what? I'm going to have it give
Bark,
me a
bark.
wisdom test for its first action. 13. All right. It thinks better and begins retreating. Sherbert.
Retreat isn't allowed.
That's not good.
Telekinetic projectile of death.
No, I think it's okay to like let one of them survive, let it go back to its like hive.
We're already
Tell
going
the
to let
tale.
one of them survive. The one that I presume Mornath is going to ride around like a.
This is my new good boy.
Just in case they're like sentient, like they can go and tell the rest of the ocean to fear us.
18's a hit.
All right.
Yeah, that's going to
God.
finish the job, man.
Yeah.
As you murder it with its dead sibling. Final one comes up. Mornath, it's going to make one last attempt to break free. You've got it in one heck of a hold here, so I'm going to give it penalty. So give me one last strength test.
What, strength, or did you want
I'm sorry, athletics.
Athletics, okay.
Oh, snap.
I am going to
Oh,
spend a
gosh.
hero point. So what does a hero point do? A reroll, or is that
Reroll.
something else? A reroll.
Don't
okay.
let that go.
No, I'm not letting this go.
There you go.
Just enough.
That pulls it out. It's
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
you can feel it just kind of give up as it resigns itself to being your ride as you can
Crotch
now
rocket.
get a hold
Someone
of these.
call for a taxi.
It's probably not large enough for two people to fully ride on it, but some of you could definitely like hold on, and it could, it'll struggle a little bit, but it tried to bite you, so it deserves some struggle.
It's better than us struggling. I mean,
I'll
So
swim along in the stream behind it.
Okay. So yeah, with that, Mornath, you're able to make fantastic time steering this thing towards the city. Some of you latch on to the side, maybe hold on to Mornath's leg. The rest of you swim behind in its little slipstream, heading to the city.
yeah, I mean, I'm not game for just swimming out into the distance. So
Okay. You all make your way there. It's from the distance, you realize probably some weird effect with the strange blue sun's light. Initially, it looked like it was a lot higher up off the ocean's surface, but it's maybe a foot on these big stilts. So you could swim underneath this large city, but it's sloped, kind of going down towards the water like a beach. So it's very easy to pull yourselves up onto the edge. And you can see it's maybe like 20 or 30 yards before it actually starts, making it to buildings and stuff. So they've got a lot of space here, probably for tides or whatnot.
we should probably make a special note of where we're at on this building and where our little pipe was at, just so we can
Yeah.
Okay.
come back to it later.
How are you doing that? Or are you just trying to memorize it?
I mean, probably just reference of where we like what we see from here, and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have anything to mark it with.
Okay.
Didn't you carry like any? You said you had grabbed some like weapons or other random stuff from that place.
I did
Do you
Yeah,
want
we
to
could
just
jab one
some-
and yeah.
And
Use
Good
it
Boy's
as a
got his
pointer.
gun. Can use the.
Mm.
Can just smash like the little dent or something.
Okay.
We also saw the sun, so if we can determine at the city roughly what time of day it was when we got here, then we can determine at least which direction to go.
Okay. So there's a couple
Yeah.
plans trying to memorize the terrain, kind of putting a little bit of a a mark or a mar on this beach. When you get on it, it does feel like stone, but you can kind of scratch into it to kind of point your direction, along with Beaker trying to make mental note of where the sun's at.
You could do an acid shot on it. I mean,
Okay.
Bark, bark.
that would easily like probably mar the stone real good.
Bark, bark.
Basically, I'm just saying like you're kind of the best, good boy.
Bark, bark.
Okay. So you all start wandering towards the city. Are you staying in suits or are you stripping those off?
I'm not sure if we should keep them on or not.
Yeah, that's I've never seen a blue sun before.
Mornath seems to be not suffering from the sun.
No,
Oh well, then
I'm
I'll
more
be damned if I
concerned
let an
about-
Arctic elf show me up. So yeah, I'm gonna take my suit off.
Yeah, same.
I'm more concerned
Unbeknownst
about
to you, the
losing
Arctic
suit.
elf species has specific, proof against radiation, and how you all die.
That was it. That was my secret plan for
Ripperoni.
today.
That's how he's gonna kill everyone but us. Yeah.
Majority party kill.
Call that a soft TPK.
Yeah.
You died in the sun.
As you all head into the city, it's very clean looking, water features all over the place. Totally.
Well, I have to let Cecil go first. Tell
Oh,
him he's
yeah.
a very good boy.
Cecil, yes.
We could always, put a rope on him and tie him to something.
Nah,
No.
Cecil will come back. Won't you, boy?
He better come back.
At the sound of Mornath calling this shit snake a good boy, good boy looks down his sights at Cecil and then just goes, and then doesn't fire, and then just walks away,
Just the threat.
conjuring bullets out of the air. That's it.
Beautiful.
You've killed him in your mind.
As you
Cecil
all,
knows what's up.
he knows what's up. How can he not? As you all kind of move in, initially you don't see anyone. But as you kind of wander a little deeper, it's all this strange architecture, very smooth. All of it seems to be made out of this white marble. Stepping out from a behind corner, out from like a little alleyway, they don't seem to notice you, as they're just busy with their lives doing what they're doing. You see a very strange creature.
That's strange.
I'm just going to show it.
Ooh.
This very weird, almost catfish-like head, bipedal body, but strange hands and feet. And it's, at this point, unaware of you all.
I might go ahead and do my little invisibility armor doodad,
Okay.
just in case.
You activate your invisible armor.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like walking around, like I'm at the mall, staying invisible.
Okay.
I mean, do we want to just wave him down or?
Mordeth just walks up to him, starts chatting. Hey, buddy. Hey, we're a little lost here. We're looking for some directions.
As you get its attention, it looks up. It kind of scans across all of you. And it almost like shrieks in what seems like fear, just like, ah! And it turns and it runs away from all of you.
Well, that's rude.
As you can hear it just yelling something as it runs away in some language you don't understand. You can see more of these creatures kind of start poking their heads out from like doors and windows. And then when they see you,
Just wave.
they all do the exact same thing. They yell, and then they run off in the same direction as the first one.
Now, clearly, the thing you do in this situation is you speak loudly and slowly. It is okay. We mean
Bark.
no harm.
Bark. Bark. Bark.
Sherbert, does that spell let other people understand you or just you understand them?
Just me understand them.
Fuck.
I'm not at a high enough level to cast it heightened, I don't think, unless I'm misunderstanding heightened.
Hey, I got an idea. Who's got the credits?
I don't know if someone can confirm for me. I can cast 3rd level spells, but I don't think it's a 2nd level spell that I can cast at heightened yet, right?
I don't know.
I've never quite understood that mechanic.
Anyway,
Just somebody give me a handful of credits. Come on, just trust me on this one.
I'll stick at least 1 credit in your hands.
All right, I hold it up. Say, trade? Trade?
they're all still running. But moments later, somewhere deeper into the city, you hear the sound of like a horn blowing, like a deep, just like.
That's never been a good sign.
No, I think that we might need to get ready to run.
Mornath, I would like to point out that none of these walls look flammable.
Well, this is because you're not trying hard enough.
I'd rather not try at all.
As you see the direction that they ran, what looks to be a formation of them walking towards you.
Okay, I just hold up the coin and say, trade?
And as you're all watching, you can see there's 2 rows on each side, and there's one walking down the center. And there's a bunch of, almost look like servants as they're carrying these red planks. Set it in front of the one walking in the center and go get one of the ones from behind it. Carry it up and set it in front of the one walking in the center.
That's so inefficient.
And as you're all standing there, Mornath, you're flashing a credit, bars, hands up.
So is anyone actually armed? I am not. I'm not even armored. I just have these
Nope.
fancy wet clothes on. Okay.
Bark, bark.
And,
I'm technically
bark,
armed.
bark. Bark, bark.
And I do have all those weapons. Like, I don't know what there are, but no one's gone over that. So
Yeah, well, you got like 2 rifles and 2 sabers and a shield.
Ooh, saber.
Got
As-
nothing but my Dumb and Dumber suit.
As they
So we
get
don't have any
closer-
obvious weapons then.
No, because Sherbert, you've got them all in extra dimensional space, right?
no, I just have them in a bag on my invisible person.
Okay, that works.
I mean, good boy has a gun. Like it's a big, it's a cannon
It's a
I wasn't allowed to
that he
bring
uses
my,
as a walking stick.
I wasn't allowed to bring my extra dimensional space stuff with me. So
it's like Gandalf with a gat.
I still have 3 bestial mutagens that I can drink.
As they close in closer, this one in the center, it's dressed in like fine robes, like prints of like sea creatures all over it, and walking like real regal like. And it stops maybe like 10 feet from all of you. And in its fishy language, and it does this deep bow in front of all of you.
So I'll repeat
Turn
the
the
bow. And
Yeah.
Don't understand your language. We're lost. We have a coin.
Blah 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 blah, and it signals like for you to like come the direction that they just came from.
Okay.
Do you
Now, at the first sign that they're going to eat us, I'm running away and I'm leaving you all to die. Just so
Those
we're
are
clear.
obviously catfish hybrids. They're bottom feeders, so they're only going to eat your corpse. So they'll shoot you first, then they'll eat you. So it's fine. It's fine.
Everything's good.
yeah, that'd be totally cool.
Well, I'm terrified, but thank you for your terrifying words.
It starts escorting you, like it gives you plenty of room to walk alongside of it on this moving like little platforms. Almost think like red carpet just on planks. And as you all kind of greet it, the 2 columns, you can see there's soldiers along the side of it. They all pull out these conch horns, these big shells, and just like burn. And you get like an official procession through the town.
Oh, I wonder if we're gonna go meet King Jar Jar Binks.
You figured it
sweet.
out. You
Fantastic.
figured it out.
No. No.
They and as you're kind of walking through all these other, citizens that were hiding in the buildings, they come out and they kind of kneel as you all walk by. And eventually they take you to what looks like a large a large mansion kind of thing. And he walks you right up to the front door, opens it for you, and signals for you all to go in.
Guess I'll just give him another big, deep bow and thank you.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah.
Yeah. Just venture.
Assaulted his mother.
Oh, it's holy war you want. Oh no.
Y'all head in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
As soon as the last of you enter, he closes the door behind you.
Oh god, we're trapped.
Do you think they have jalapenos here?
I
Like in
really
in
hope
this
so.
realm? Yeah, absolutely. Oh boy, I hope they have horses here.
Do we have enough credits to buy a steak in a bar?
Seahorses.
I have no
I'm
idea.
still full off ocean bug.
I mean, so no one else came in with us?
Yeah, so I was gonna ask, did any of them come in with us?
No.
Sons of bitches.
Oh, we're gonna die.
What's the room like that we're in?
It is very large, like the entryway to like a very official mansion, like outfitted with like seems like regular furniture. There's a couple chairs setting in here, some stairs going up, 3 different paths, one straight ahead, one to the left, one to the right. You kind of peek down the left and you see like this big kind of like formal dining room. Peek to the right, you see this like a sitting room. You can see it's got like a little bar in there, like little dry bar sitting around like a fireplace with this weird kind of blue glowing energy in the fireplace. You can see shelves.
Is there any
with
wood in the
books.
fireplace?
No.
You said books?
Yeah.
I mean, good boil. Start peeking to see if there's anything, maybe if any of them might have recognizable symbols, languages.
Yeah.
Who
You
knows?
go
Might
and
be a
you,
good opportunity to detect magic.
sure, if you want. But yeah, you go up, you grab a book, you pop it open. It's all just in common.
Bark, bark.
It's
What's the book
like
about?
a history book, like an ancient history book.
Okay. Good boy will read it to everybody. Bark, 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 bark.
I don't know why I wasn't expecting that.
Are
Somehow
there any
satisfying.
pictures in that book? Good boy. May I see the
Oh, bark, bark,
picture?
bark. Opens up. It's like a kindergarten class. Or something. Bark, bark, bark.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you find some
It's important to-
illustrations like kingdoms, like
Oh.
ancient warplanes. It all looks very familiar.
Okay.
What were you going to
Bark,
say,
bark.
Dan?
Oh, I was just saying it's important to show the pictures, while you're reading to the class.
Do they look like do these come across as like fairly
Yeah, there you go.
oh that's a Blaze in the Dark book.
It is. I just
Oh,
got it
look at
this
that.
week.
Nice.
good.
Does it look like a high level stuff? Does it look like recent, and does it look
And does it
not-
look like where we're from?
It does
scholarly?
look where you're from. Very scholarly, not recent. A very kind of deep delve into, politics between different regions. You can see that there's some listings that are like for certain kingdoms and countries that aren't in existence anymore. They merged or they died out and someone else took the land over. But I mean, you do see familiar points here and there, like ancient history.
These are.
Good boy will kind of like post up and just start reading through as much as he can.
Sure.
Out of curiosity, just to see what's different from what he knows and everything
It's like
that.
Johnny
Even-
Five just.
I feel a little weirded out. Just in case we're not the only ones here, just like, hello,
Oh, hello?
hello, Marco.
You? Who? What? I wasn't expecting anyone. As
We
This-
weren't expecting anyone either.
kind of older human comes walking out, finds you all. Older man, big scar on the side of his face.
So, are you a friend of ancient necromancer kings by any chance?
How did you all get here? You shouldn't be here. I don't recognize you, and I wasn't informed of any visitors.
Well, we killed an ancient necromancer king. And he just so happened to be at the bottom of the sea.
You killed Lord Bezantier.
Yes.
We're not entirely sure like how dead he is, because it sounds like he's been around a long time, but at least the form he was in. Does that make sense?
It does. He's not dead. Where did you leave him at? I'll have to retrieve him.
Oh, he was on the throne, but we shot the throne to mess up the machine stuff. And then we chopped off the head and burned it.
That'll take a while. Okay. That's a setback. You did it, though.
I mean, not the burning, but like, yeah, we did. Is he a friend of yours?
Let me show you something. Follow me.
Okay.
And he starts walking back kind of the direction he came, kind of deeper into the house. Eventually.
I will produce one of my bestial mutagens and follow along. I won't drink it yet, but I'll be ready to drink it.
It's like
He eventually.
And actually, while I'm on my way, I'll take one of my elixirs of life as well.
Okay. Takes you back. There's this room off to the side with this big fancy, looks like a metal door. And you can see it's got a keypad on it, like a swipe card keypad with a green card. And he pulls a green card out of his pocket and he swipes it. This way. He heads in first. And you head into this room full of these tanks and equipment. It looks very similar to the one room you saw before you all went through the water, full of all these tanks. Come in. I need to show you all this. Just,
all right.
Close the door behind you and wait right there for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And he heads to one of the tables, one of the big, like, laboratory, benches. Starts fiddling around with a couple things. You all in?
This is quite a setup you
step
have
aside. I kind of want to move like sideways into the room, away from everyone a bit.
I'll just walk right in and start looking around. This stuff is neat.
He's got all sorts of strange alchemical reagents on the table. And he picks up this very odd, it looks like a metal canister with this strange clear, it looks like glass cup, but it's flexible. And you there. And he hands you these 2 vials. Like, hold these for me.
I will set down my mutagen and I will hold the 2 vials, one in each hand.
Very good. Now, I want you to, and he holds this weird cup up to your face, and he puts it up to your mouth. Do you let him get that close?
No. I will immediately lean back
It's perfectly safe, and he holds it up to his, and he takes a couple of deep breaths. Perfectly safe, my friend. Hold this. Breathe, you'll see it.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll set the 2 vials down.
Set them in that holder right there.
Yes.
This is all very impressive, but you know what I'm not seeing? Jalapeno poppers.
We do not have, sadly, any jalapeno poppers here.
After the I don't have, I just lost interest.
Just turns and leaves.
Sit down somewhere.
So I would like to show you all something. He's like, with this, and he's holding up the canister with the weird cup. And then he picks up the rack that you set those 2 vials on. Now, the neat thing about these 2 is that they contain a very special property where if they are violently mixed together, it produces a very toxic gas. On inhalation, it will kill anyone in a matter of minutes. And he drops it and puts the cup over his mouth.
I see.
As they hit the ground, they break open, and this deep purple gas just starts spewing out from where the chemicals splashed onto the ground. What do you all do?
I will
Rip
hold
the
my
cup
breath,
off his mouth.
and I will Yeah, I'm gonna go up and slap the cup off his mouth.
All right, we're gonna do an opposing strength test.
Screw that nerd.
I say, what's? You said the cup looks like it's made out of like glass or something.
Like a weird flexible glass.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and yank it. So athletics or
Yeah, athletics is good.
okay. First time I've actually rolled it in forever.
Yeah. Oh, it's close. But you run up and you snatch it off of his mouth. He's like, oh, no, ah!
Oh man, I sure hope you have an antidote.
And he runs towards the door. Everyone who breathes, who doesn't have this mask on their face, I need you to give me a fortitude save against the effects of poison. We're going for a 14.
I was completely muted there. So can I just hold my breath? It's one of the things the skill says
Thing
it's
you're good
useful
at.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says that anything that is inhaled, otherwise saving. Oh, actually, it's a +1 circumstance bonus to saving throws against inhaled threats, such as inhaled poisons, etc. So a +1.
Okay.
And what did you call for?
At least
Con?
a 14 on a fort save.
On a fort
Which I
save.
failed.
Okay. So this is going to be a +1. That's not working. What the heck have I done? Oh no.
Fort save on the right-hand side
There it is. Okay. I
or
found it.
left-hand side.
+1. I don't think I got the +1 in there, but it worked either
Hey,
way.
you clear it. Those of you who fail or don't breathe or have a mask on, you take 4 points of damage.
So Chuck, I was assuming Good Boy was still posted up by his bookcase reading his books.
Sure.
Or was he forced? Because otherwise, I mean, unless he was forced, I think he was.
He wasn't forced. The doctor was very
okay.
quick, followed me, and just ran out. So
Yeah.
if you would have stayed
Yeah,
there,
I
you're
don't
still
think,
there.
I don't think the boy's there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as the gas is continuing on, he's now gasping, running towards the door, trying to fumble to get his card out of his pocket.
Seriously, didn't have an antidote ready? Moron.
There's no antidote for this.
Well, then you don't ever bring a weapon to a fight you're not ready to have used on you. That's like just common sense.
Well,
Yeah, keep talking. Keep breathing,
as
asshole.
he's- I'm like, let's make him do. We're gonna go for a 10. 4? No. He pulls the card out of his pocket and he drops it, and it goes sliding across the floor. As this
What's it
room
worth
is
to you?
starting
one
to
of-
fill. Yeah. Just open the door. Your friends are all going to die.
Make sure to
You're muted,
like
Jake.
put a knee on his back and point at the card in case somebody else wants to open the door.
Jake, if you're
You're muted,
talking, it's
Jake.
not coming through. If you switched mics, you'll have to go change it in Zoom.
Yeah. I'm assuming that Jake volunteered to pick up the card, although I have one too, which I could just walk up there and
Okay.
tap on there.
There's Jake, I think.
Testing 1, 2.
Yep, there you are.
Yep.
All right.
It'll be amusing to have the door open to someone who's invisible.
Yeah, so
Oh,
yeah. Sherbert opens the door from invisibility. As you all can, well, those of you who want to can step out into the fresh air. Barbar, you got your knee on this dude's back. He's like, come on, just stop. Okay, I'm sorry. We don't have to end it this way.
All right. I'm just going to basically take a second. It doesn't sound like you're quite dead yet. I'm going to rip his shirt and use his own shirt to kind of like tie his hands behind his back.
Sure. Yeah, you rip, you tie him up, you take him out of the room.
All right.
Just get me out of here. Oh,
You don't look so good.
he passes that one.
Character's name, Asshole Doctor.
Yeah.
Asshole doctor.
He's a
Certainly one of the-
proctologist.
It's a proctologist.
Oh.
The ass man.
It's going to be handy when we
Yes,
stick our
man.
foot up his ass.
Just get me out of here. I'll answer your questions. Come on.
Okay. Gosh, I'm just so big and dumb. It's hard to figure out what I should do. Okay.
Take him out of the room. Toss him on the ground.
And when the room is sealed back up, I'll make sure to like grab a carpet or something from the entry room and sort of stick it under the cracks in the door.
Okay, seal it up.
Yeah.
Did you grab his key card, Jake? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It probably would be valuable to go through the rest of his stuff, his person, and make sure he doesn't have any other interesting objects.
Oh yeah.
Anything that can be drunk, yes.
He doesn't. He just had the key card on him. He doesn't have shoes on. You kind of looks like he caught him unaware.
Good.
I am Dr. Asholi. I am the personal physician of the king.
So any reason that we should keep you alive then?
Because I'm a doctor.
Not a good one.
I'm a fantastic physician.
That's good. Would you say this is a job that you're like really invested in, or just kind of a job of convenience?
I am a loyal servant of the king.
Well, shall we open the room back up and throw him back in?
Well, either that or we throw him through the air and see if Good Boy can hit him before he hits the ground.
Like, I know this is gonna sound really mean, and I'm sorry about that and all, but do you put more value on your life or your king's life?
Well, I mean, the king will always come back, so I guess mine.
Okay.
I'll actually die if you kill me.
Yeah. Now, is there a way to prevent that? The whole, like, sounds like he's been around for a long time.
Yes.
Maybe you could help us understand that.
Yes, it's complicated and full of dark magics. I don't understand a lot of it myself. But essentially, his body was left in a way that he will never be able to die. If you chop him to pieces, those pieces will collect back together and he'll reform.
All right. Well, I feel better about the burning and the beheading now.
Yeah, he's probably in very small pieces now. Very, very small pieces.
He won't be very thrilled about that when he comes back.
Hmm.
I will, like I said, you'll need to let me go so I can go retrieve him and put him in one of the healing tanks.
Is
Why
there
would we do
a
that?
reason you think we would do that? Like, what would be the benefit to us?
And what happens if he's not put in a healing tank? I mean, we'd much prefer he be dead. Does he just stay dead?
It'll just take him longer to recover from that.
Well, see, now to us, that's a bonus. That's a bonus.
Well, I don't know why. I mean, he serves the greater good of everyone.
Does he? He kills bunches of people. Bunches and bunches of people.
Killing a few now is well worth it if it saves millions in the future.
Meh.
You see, I'm more of a save myself and my own ass first kind of guy.
Well,
Frankly, I'm hoping you're that
Well,
kind
with
of guy
the exception
too,
of you guys, of course.
Honestly, that's like the main reason we trust you. You can always trust in the greed of Mornath.
Mm-hmm.
I
and the
mean,
pyromania.
Yeah.
More so the pyromania.
fire is painful. Had to heal the king from that several times. It's even if one can't die, it's still quite horrible.
So I assume he's got a phylactery somewhere. Would you perhaps know where that might be?
He's not a lich.
But what is he?
It's beyond that.
It's your privilege.
He studied at the hands of the creators of this vessel, and they taught him ancient and dark sorceries. And through those, he was able to render himself in a limbo state between life and death, binding him permanently to the physical realm, unable to pass on.
Sounds like a poor decision.
Yeah.
And if you want to exist forever, he found the way. Through his many lifetimes, he's been burnt to cinders, chopped to pieces, fed to pigs, buried in a box on the bottom of the ocean. One
Well,
time,
I've got
my
one
idea.
idea of a place he's never been, so I'll save that for later.
I mean, you can't kill him. You can just stop him for a little while.
Oh, I've got quite the idea that will probably stop him for quite some time. Maybe forever. May not die, but maybe be stopped forever.
I mean, magic in, magic out, yes?
Put him in a bag of holding and put a bag of holding in a bag of holding.
Oh, that would definitely, yeah, that would do it. I mean, I don't think it would kill him, but yeah, that would probably do it. I mean,
Yeah.
you,
We
You
can
put
solve
that bag
that
of holding in
problem.
a box at the bottom of the ocean.
you can just take his body to the edge of the ship and throw him out of one of the portals and send him into the
Got it.
void that way too.
That's a good idea too.
That's also fun. Do you have anything here that would help us speak fish?
Oh yes. The natives here, they refer to themselves as Selketh. I do. It's in my lab, which is currently filled with poisonous gas.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think we can probably wait that out for a little while.
Yes.
And, I think maybe just like kind of the whole like professional courtesy, you still drawing breath. And we got a friend here who's just a whiz at that sort of thing. I think he would love a look at your lab. And I imagine you would love to show him around, right?
I mean, I get to live, yes.
Yes, of course.
That sounds like a good starting point.
So how long until your poison schmaz becomes inert?
20 to 30 minutes. If you've got the breathing mask, you can go turn on the ventilation system, and it should just be a few minutes.
Right, now talk to me like I'm 5 and explain what this ventilation system looks like.
On the wall next to my desk, there's a large red button. Emergency ventilation system. Push the red button, and it turns on all of the fans, and it sucks everything, all the gases in the room out, and disperses it into the air above.
All right, here's my thought. I'm going to put this mask on you. Mornath there can hold his breath for a long damn time. I'm thinking maybe he walks behind you with a knife at your back while you push that red button. Don't take any offense. I just get just a smidgen of trust issue with you.
Can you untie my hands at least?
I start looking
expect you to
around
use
for a
your
knife.
forehead.
You can press it with your nose. You could just boop it.
Oh, dignified. I need a hand to hold the mask to my face, though.
Oh, Mornath can do that too.
Yeah, he can do that. He can one hand mask on your face, one hand blade in your back. He's really talented.
He's not wrong.
Very well, let's go.
Like I said,
find
you
a
can
butter
trust in
knife
Mornath.
Good Boy will like wander over, like laughing. He'll has no idea what's going on. Just shows Beaker like a photo that just looks like really like lurid and goofy. And then if Mornath is asking for a knife, he'll just pull the bayonet off his gun and hand it over to Mornath.
Oh,
And then go back. Yeah, Barbara.
There's a knife.
They really had some
Laughing the
awesome
whole
parties
way.
in the ancient days. Oh my goodness.
It's like the fish Kama Sutra or something.
Oh, no.
Just tentacles everywhere.
It's amazing what they're willing to swim through when they're really into it.
So-
Mark. Oh, God.
Mornath, you hold the thing up to his face so he can breathe. Bayonet at his back.
Take a big breath myself out here.
And he shuffles into the room and he pushes the button with his forehead. And sure enough, this loud whirring noise kicks in and all of this deep purple gas is sucked out. There, see? No foul play. I've learned my lesson. Yes, the fish speak. It's right over here. And he takes you over to a very large aquarium full of what looks like very odd-shaped goldfish. This is it.
I can eat the fish.
No, you put one in your ear. I've got one in. They
You
just
take
live
it back
there.
out,
I mean, I don't know why you would want to take it out.
just so that we can see if this is true or not.
I don't. It's got barbs that kind of keep it from backing out.
Sounds moderately unpleasant.
It doesn't hurt any. I mean, it's fine. They block the pain receptors when they enter.
Mornith is just speechless. He's like, so many questions.
Is it possible, like, insight this or something?
Sure.
I'm trying to remember what that is. Is it under society or?
No, I have no idea. Let me take a look.
Trying?
Or deception?
Be deception, maybe.
Yeah, you can give me deception.
Okay.
Seems sincere about it, legit. Like he's like, yeah, just matter of fact, put it in your ear. It'll translate any spoken language you hear into something you can understand.
Any spoken language, like not just fish speak?
Yeah.
That's super useful.
Feeds off of the, as far as I can tell, the mental energies of sentient creatures with speech, and takes that, translates it into vibrations that it plays into your eardrum.
How peculiar.
Quite handy. Some say it
could use to-
proves the existence of God, which in fact proves that God doesn't exist. But it is what it is.
I could use diplomacy on anything.
I mean, if you really wanted to.
This is
Sorry.
a temptation, Barbar. Realize that these fish are. Look at them. Look at them. They're weird. You wouldn't eat these things, let alone put them in your ear.
I would not eat them.
Yeah.
Like I said, barbs.
Can we like look in his ear and see if we like see it?
Yeah, you can look in his ear and you see this strange kind of golden rim on the interior of his ear. It looks kind of like the tails of those fish.
Well, he seems to have one.
He's also insane.
I don't know about insane, just
I'm
wildly
quite
wrong.
sane, thank you very much. Master in my field.
Claim to be a master of alchemy, and yet you live in a world without horse poop and pee. How are you supposed to make black powder without horse poop and pee? Without wood, there's no wood in your fireplace.
No, they don't have wood here.
Of course not, and they don't have horse poop and pee. You can't have explosive powder without horse poop and pee and wood.
They're quite adept at firearms here. If you head to the market later, you surely buy some.
What horse pee are they putting into horse poop for months on end in
They
order to
just-
create potassium nitrate? You don't. How are you supposed to filter sperm shark poop? into crystals. You can't do it.
You just look for large fish and collect their large floating turds.
They're turds. Why would you? Ew. That's disgusting.
It's no different than horse poo. Just easier to
Just
pick up because
soggier.
they float.
Ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. You still can't even collect their pee. It's in the ocean, for God's sake.
Just collected from an ammonia vent.
Ammonia
bottom.
vent?
In the bottom of the ocean floor.
Neat.
This place is dumb. It's not flammable. There's no.
It's very hard to light
Horses.
things on fire here. Yes, I'll agree to that.
Wait, but you've got fire in the fireplace.
It's not real fire. They found a way to harness a different form of energy. They humor us, give us something similar to a fire to sit around.
So who's in control here? Is fish people in control? Or are you in control of the fish people?
Oh, the fish. We're living in their city, the Selketh, if you don't want to be rude.
And they like the crusty old king?
Yes, they're loyal servants.
Oh.
Are they?
Yes, this entire level is devoted to his rule.
Oh,
Barbar
so
put a
we
fish
need
in
to
his
blow
ear.
up the city.
What? That would be, you'd be killing a lot of innocent people, but I didn't say the city. I said the level. There's countless of
Gotta
these
blow up
cities.
the whole level of the ship then.
You would destroy the ship.
Okay.
Look, we don't
I-
need to destroy the ship. We have our solution. We can put the king in a sack of holding and put that sack of holding in a sack of holding, put that in a box at the bottom of the ocean, and they can worship him all they please. It'll do no good.
Technically, you couldn't put that in a box because once you put the bag of holding
I mean,
in a bag of
it'd
holding,
make a dimensional tear and, it'd be a disaster.
See,
Why
this
the
is
wood-
why you're the magician.
They use the super logical power of any meaning, or pick a tiger by the toe, and in the meanwhile, Barbar put a fish in his ear.
yeah, it slithers in. It's cold, doesn't hurt, and then after a few moments, you don't even feel it anymore. Like you don't feel the pressure of it. It's like it's not even there.
Big fish to him.
I don't.
Yeah, talk fish to me, buddy.
Talk fishy to me. That sounds inappropriate, and I do not speak the Selkath tongue.
Oh,
Well, do you speak something other than common?
I speak German.
A
I
what?
don't know German. Or do I?
I speak as the Deutsch. Is that right? I don't even know German. so-
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Like
Sprechen
Sprechen. Yeah.
Sie Deutsch.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
close. It was close.
Yeah, and it
Cool.
translates it, and you hear, do you speak German?
Whoa, I know German.
Give or take. Practical enough.
Well,
So, would the rest of you like to put fish in your ears?
we'll give it a little time and make sure that doesn't do anything strange to him. Maybe.
Shouldn't.
Is he gonna
I'll-
wake up tomorrow and it's gonna be like you,
I mean, I'm the one with the
that
least to
mean?
lose upstairs.
Like me, an old man? I don't think so.
Maybe.
That'd be the worst thing.
It would be.
Why did you try to kill us outright?
Oh, because you said you tried to kill the king.
Ah, yes, that makes sense.
Yes.
I mean, in a weird way, good on you for your. I mean, that was some pretty baller stuff on your side.
I am very handy. I'm actually quite hungry. Would you all care to go to the market with me?
Maybe we should all get fished.
Pretty full.
But that's where he could, like, tell all the fish people to come in and arrest us and stuff because we're against the king. So I don't think that's very smart. I think we should probably just shiv him here and get it over with.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
No, let's let's give you some time to kind of show Beaker around, kind of let him understand the ins and outs of your lab here, and maybe what do they trade with here? Do they work off the little credit thingies?
Yeah.
Crickets?
Credits,
Okay. All right.
Oh, we got some of those.
not crickets. They don't have crickets here.
I mean, the hell if I know. I've gone fishing with crickets before, so maybe fish people like crickets. Like,
They don't even have horses here. Ridiculous.
There's no dry land for crickets.
well, tell you what. Again, yeah, I'm really sorry. We've got a couple of reasons that maybe we don't have 100% faith in you just yet. Maybe I'll go and grab some food.
Ah, that would be great. I'll give you my order.
All right.
I would like 3 fried fish sticks.
That sounds like an offer to engage in cannibalism.
Yeah, I'm gonna meander around and see if that seems to track first.
It's
But
not
I'll make note.
cannibalism. I mean,
I mean, fish eat fish all the
Fish eat
time.
fish.
Fish eat fish. It's fine.
Now,
I mean,
do you?
as a human, I've eaten monkey before, and that's not cannibalism.
Oh,
It's pretty close.
You sick bastard!
Such prudish morals.
Okay.
Now, I have eaten a person before, but that was purely scientific.
So, how much does 3 fish sticks tend to run?
Probably about 16th of a credit.
Oh, okay.
Fairly cheap. Just head on out. There'll be guards at the door. Just ask them for an escort to the market, and they'll gladly take you there.
All right.
can they understand us? Do they got little fishy things?
Yes.
I guess I can go get us some food.
Very well.
So does somebody want to go with him? He probably shouldn't be left, by himself.
No, I'll probably stay here and explore a bit.
Yeah, I feel like this lab is just meant for you.
I'm done with this lab. Let's go.
So
Yes, go see if you can find anything flammable.
Maybe they've got jalapeno fish poppers. Wait a minute. He asked for a fried fish stick?
Really fry it in.
Yeah, there's no fire.
they use their energy source and they heat whale oil. And they fry it in that.
Mhm.
They used to
So
use
what? I
dolphin
believe him.
oil,
That sounds delicious.
but then they realized that dolphins are. They stuck one of the fish in the dolphin's ears, and communications happened.
Oh,
A shameful time.
That's awesome.
Yes, I saw the pictures in that book earlier.
Mhm. It also pretty much ended, paid sex work here on this level too.
oh, forward of you.
Well, I guess it shouldn't say it ended unpaid sex work because now that the dolphins could communicate that they wanted wage.
How progressive of you.
Anyway, 3 fried fish sticks, please.
All right.
Away with you. I have things to show Beaker. Wonderful things.
Maybe you can tell us some history while you're at it.
Sure. All sorts of fun history. So who all's heading out and who's staying?
I'm heading out.
I'll probably stay.
Yeah, good boy will go then.
So, Sherbert and Beaker, did I hear that you're staying?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Okay.
Hopefully we don't die.
Actually, we'll take care of this. It's going to be relatively peaceful here, because after he's gotten that whole trying to kill you thing out of his system, he just takes you through like all the strange scientific discoveries that they have on this level. He reveals that the reason why the king initially took over this level and has this, house here for healing is because they harvest this chemical off the seafloor that has amazing healing properties. And they use that to help repair the king when, he's gotten his head chopped off or whatnot. Goes through just about any chemical you could want for alchemical use. Gives you a long run through of history of the fish people, how they evolved and how they de-evolved, and long boring stuff. You learn things as your three friends head out to the market. Sure enough, you step out the door. There's two of these fish dudes with very strange looking guns. They turn to you. Sirs, are you ready to go?
Yes, we are. Thank you so much for guiding us.
Very well. It is our honor to serve any servant of our king. So, where is it we can take you? Do you wish to speak to the governor of this island?
Food? We're looking for food?
Ah, yes. I know a fantastic little stand that's open, right on the edge of the market. Let us go.
All right.
They take you. Go ahead.
What do you recommend from this place?
They have this delicacy that the king introduced long ago. It's referred to as monkey brains. I'm not sure why they call it that, but it's absolutely amazing. They have these deep fried fruits, and then they stuff krill shrimp into it. And they deep fry the entire thing and put a little bit of a spicy sauce on it. It's amazing.
So it's fruit and krill and spicy sauce, and it's fried?
Yes.
What about fish sticks? Do you guys do fish sticks?
Yes, fish sticks. Yes. The good doctor inside is a huge fan of fish sticks.
Yeah, well, he asked for 3.
Very well. I tell you what.
So I'm watching carefully, Chuck, in case 3 fish sticks is like, a code for I'm being held hostage.
Right off the bat, doesn't seem so, but the one does say to the other, like, a friend here will go out and get the fish sticks for the good doctor. If you 3 want to accompany me, I'll take you to get monkey brains. Quite a delicacy.
Bark. I have a question.
Yeah.
So, does the fish in the ear thing? Is that like any language?
Yeah.
Okay, so Barbar, you hear crikey! I haven't had monkey's brains in like 50 years.
I did not even think of that as repercussions. Oh my god. It's like as soon as you said, does the fish, I'm like, fuck. That does mean Bark has a voice now.
Yeah, we may have solved one of our problems, but now I'm going to miss just Bark all the time.
Well, everyone else will still hear Bark if they don't have a fish.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had monkey brain before?
Of course I've had monkey brain. It's the delicacy in Cantonese cuisine. It's been forever since I've had any. Can't much eat anything, isn't it, automaton?
And all you hear is bark. Bark.
Well, I'll get extra and make sure to share it with you then.
No, I can't go eating it. It'll just all grind up me systems. It'll be a nightmare. Absolutely nightmare. And I gotta gum it all out. It's just awful. Absolutely awful. When that big fish out there shitting the waters, it's gonna be 10 times worse than that.
Okay. But So that means once upon a time you had a body?
Oh, yeah. Big boy. I was huge. Very attractive. Said all the Sheilas everywhere.
That he was killed by a stingray.
I almost knocked my green screen down.
What the fuck have I done?
I'm guessing your real name is not Good Boy?
No, that's my name. It's strangest coincidence. Yeah, absolutely. I gotta tell you, I did not see it coming at all. Oh, mate. I mean, it's not my given name, but my mother, she called me Good Boy all the time. So everybody else just called me Good Boy.
More of this reaching up to the fish in his ear.
That's just amazing. I'm really, really glad you're with us here, Good Boy. That's
It's a
amazing.
pleasure to be here. Absolute pleasure. Oh, boy, I have so many stories to tell you. I could talk for hours and hours and days and days. It's just so wonderful you can understand me.
Yeah,
Oh, my
I
goodness.
don't talk a lot, and I like to listen. So you just go on as much as you like, okay? You get it all out.
No, I can talk a lot. Sometimes people call me a bit obnoxious, but I shoot them
okay.
when they do that, so everything's fine.
You know what? You're a good boy. You deserve events, so you just talk as much as you want.
Oh, goodness, thank you so much. Well, say I was born.
And then he's gonna go through his whole life story at that point.
Okay.
Having figured out I can't pull the fish out, Mornith is looking at the knife.
Oh, thanks, you Morad. I appreciate it. It worked out for you.
I really look forward to us getting to somewhere without everyone else being able to understand Good Boy.
I'm sure it'll be soon.
Just be bark bark.
Maybe.
And then
Bark, bark.
yeah, everyone else is like, all right, it's gonna be amazing.
We'll see how worn out Barbar and Mornath look when they get back.
More of that just jumps back into the water, and that's the last reason.
I assume that you're just gonna come back. Bark, 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 bark,
Barbar's got a great big
bark, bark,
smile
bark,
on his
bark, bark,
face, and Mornath's
It's a
bleeding from the ear.
Yeah.
It's a weird translation. Like 3 barks is like 4 paragraphs.
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
a very compressed language.
Nice. Yeah, you make it over to this little vendor. Yeah, selling up monkey braids. Was it like an 1/8 the credit per?
Okay. Sounds good. In general, most of us like spicy stuff, so that sounds like a good fit.
The Selkath working the vendor like, servants of the king. Yes. I've got the best. Here you go. 1/8 of a credit, please. That's a special discount for you. Yes, it is.
That's really kind of you. Thank you so much.
What about you, little friend? Would you care for one?
Me? Oh, no, I can't eat nothing. No, can I wish? But if you got any fairy bread, oh, God, I haven't had this since I was a wee lad. Let me tell you something, Barbara. When I was up, my mother used to make the greatest fairy bread.
And then spends 10 minutes explaining the recipe.
Well, that's wonderful. I was adopted, but I had a halfling mother, and she was a great baker too. But she never made fairy bread. What goes into fairy bread? Tell me all about it.
Mornith is wandering away.
Got to be something to steal around here.
It's basically
Gonna steal
like
some
this.
earplugs.
Mornath, as you kind of wander away, you see a vendor a few stalls down selling all sorts of firearms.
Oh, let's go find a
Ooh.
replacement for my bow.
Yeah. Firearms and weapons. You know what? I'm just going to show this to everyone. I'll show it to you, Bert. You're looking. That's what you find, Bert. Should be up on your... As Bark is giving the rundown of his mother's recipes.
Turns out my bonus to diplomacy is just due to being a good listener.
Yeah. As you all look down, you can see Mornath absolutely just kid in a candy store looking at all these firearms at this one booth. Y'all want to go check it out as well?
I mean, that's fun and all. You guys got any, like, swords, axes, harpoons?
I have 1 credit that I was given.
You can
So
afford
I can
anything,
buy
man.
a Hongali hornbow and a scimitar.
Yes, you can.
I still
yeah.
have a quarter credit left.
Nice. Barbar. They've got some melee weapons here, mostly in the form of like pole arms. The bottom 3. Hungry just walked up on.
So we've got some regular stuff that Sherbert was able to grab for us.
Yeah, the bottom 3 are melee weapons, bladed.
Ooh, and get some arrows for that bow as well.
Sure, throw like a 1/8 of a credit or something like that.
Yep.
Arrows are cheap.
No armor?
No armor. You can look around. You can see most of the people here don't have. Even the guards aren't wearing armor. It's kind of like real world, where once they got so far with firearms, the need for armor kind of died down. Plus, being aquatic, it's kind of hard to swim in armor.
Oh, boy, you ever fired a gun before? Nice firearm.
If I'm being honest, I never have. I tend to kind of be up close with whatever I do. Man, you're a crack shot. Just so you know, like that acid shot you did earlier and the little fish thing just like turned into mist. Wow.
Well, they were attacking my good pal Baker. He gives me all the explosives I can get my hands on. I like it when things explode.
Oh man, you and Beaker are just a great pair.
He's a very attractive man, I'll tell you that. But, handsome, you might say. But it's his brain that's the most attractive feature.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. He is rather handsome. That's true.
You should tell him that more often. I'm sure it would lift his spirits. It will.
You know what? I will. Next time I see
Good.
him, I would tell Beaker he's a handsome bastard.
That's that kind of attitude. There you go. Positivity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do in the market here?
All good.
Okay. Mornath buys a couple things, gets re-equipped. You head back to the mansion. The guard escorts you there. By the time you get back, the other guard's already standing at the door. Delivered the fish sticks to the doctor already. And Sherbert and Beaker, a handful of minutes after the others left, one of the guards came in and gave 3 fried fish sticks on sticks to the doctor. He just chowed down on them.
Okay. No signals given or anything like that?
No. Doesn't seem to, no. It really seems like he's kind of forgotten the hostility earlier. Getting the feeling this doctor dude's kind of absent-minded.
Well, maybe that's good for us.
As you all reconvene, the doctor, you've returned. I'm showing your friends everything that I've got here, giving them a history lesson. If you're all wanting to stay the night, we've got plenty of rooms upstairs. Sadly, they're all waterbeds, though. I'm not a huge fan.
Like, you sleep in the water?
No, they're large, flat pouches full of water that you sleep on instead of like a mattress.
That's so weird.
It does sound intriguing, but I would rather not sleep in the home of the guy who tried to poison me to death.
Oh, that was like 20 minutes ago. We're past that. I don't even remember what it was that made me want to kill you. Yes, you beheaded my king. I remember now. I
But,
can see
you
how
know-
that would make me want to kill.
It sounds like it's only a mild inconvenience.
It really is. I mean, you'll have to excuse me here shortly. I do need to go retrieve his body.
Well, in the meanwhile, you're helping to educate us to better understand things, and we can have a more solid ground to work upon in the future.
Yes, that's fair.
It's like when he comes back, he's probably gonna kill us.
Maybe. It depends if you've got skills that he thinks might be handy. He can be very lenient. Or if he just thinks you'll be a nuisance, then yes, he'll probably kill you all where you stand.
Well, he did try to recruit us, but then we
see.
murdered him. So maybe it was like a test that we were just proving that we were useful by murdering him.
Very
you go.
well.
Hang on 1 second. I wouldn't call that murder. That was more of we pulled the plug on him. It was a mercy killing is what it was. He was an old man, well past his prime, you know. But we did the same thing for me pappy when I was a young lad. I pulled the plug myself.
Question.
Bark, bark, indeed, good friend.
Did Sherbert and Beaker put the fish in?
Not
Oh,
yet.
God, no.
So yeah, you series of marks.
I just assume I heard bark, bark, and that was it.
Exactly right.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, then I guess we really need to decide if we're planning to try and hear this guy out and consider working with him, or just burn this shit all to the ground.
I mean,
So,
burning it all to the ground would be just inconvenient, really. But
it's very hard to light fires there. If you wanted to
Yeah.
destroy the city, I mean, you would probably have to head to the central building, to the main reactor, and remove the cooling rods from the fluid, and eventually it would, explode, killing everyone for miles around.
I like that plan. Let's do that.
It would probably kill you too. But it would
You
be
know,
very cool to see. It would probably damage the roof tiles and the builders, They're not a huge fan of that level of destruction, but it'd be neat to see.
Builders?
oh wait, do you know the people responsible for this whole?
Well, I've never met them. The good king is quite good friends with him. They're the ones who taught him the magics that allow him to live forever.
Well,
Hey,
just
how do we get back home? I don't think anyone's asked that yet.
yeah, I was actually about to touch on that. You being the king's personal physician and him seeming to kind of go all sorts of crazy places, you must have a great mode of transport.
Oh, yes. I mean, if you just head back how you came and reactivate the teleportation circle, will return you exactly to where you were. It seems silly and pointless. We can just head up to the attic and use the dimensional rift that we've got up there, and I can send you just about anywhere.
Well, that's great. How about you show us that and kind of teach us how it works in case we ever run across another one? We can be better educated to not come at cross purposes in a future time.
Ah, yes. Very well. Follow me. He heads up a couple flights of stairs to this large, just white, sterile room with a single door on the far wall, like a double door, and a little panel with buttons next to it, numbered buttons.
as he goes to take us to this location, I'll look to Sherbert real quick, and then I'll point to the fish aquarium, and I'll.
I don't think anyone's let on that they're getting the full bark or good boy experience either.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and.
got this 100-foot stare.
Maybe we could take some and put them in a jar and just take them with us.
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
if you want to take some with you, that's absolutely fine. I mean,
Yeah, I'll take a big empty a beaker, and just.
sure. Go ahead and give me a d20.
All right.
You managed
4.
to collect 4 of them.
Cool.
Okay.
Can I take a shot at that as well, or are we limited to one go?
I'm gonna let you just have the one go.
Okay, all right.
Scarcity
Fair
brings
point then.
value.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he takes you up there. He's like, "Oh yes, you just punch in the numbers for the level you want to go to, and it takes you to one of the matter transportation, the dimensional rifts. Takes you there.
How many floors are there?
17 altogether. 18 if you count, the command center, but you can't get access to it through there, through this.
Would we get access to the command center?
You would have to call in first with the builders and get clearance to access it through a dimensional rift. And then they would give you clearance, and then you would just push 0, 0, and it would activate, and there you would go.
So, well educated and whatnot as you are, I assume you've probably got something that would like detail which floor is which.
I mean, I don't really have a directory. I mean, we're on the 11th floor.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you all are from the 15th level. 16th level is the giant forest. 17th level is storage, not really much to see down there.
Okay.
And then the other ones, kind of a grab bag.
Do you mind if we take just a minute so that we can take a note of these?
Sure.
Yeah,
You
whichever
gotta
one.
have some kind of engineering schematics, right?
I do not know.
Well, you gotta know how to find them, now, you big smart man, you.
Wait, if you want engineering, I mean, there are multiple levels between each primary level, and one of those levels is the, systems, essentially, equipment level or, mechanical level, you could say.
We've been in that one, I think, for ours.
If you've been in one. There's usually a communication room somewhere on there if you're wanting to contact the builders. I mean, you could use...
I think we found one of those too. Maybe.
You could certainly use that. Contact them. And,
Mate, it's a big ship, right? And it's floating through space. It's gotta have some kind of schematic somewhere. Baba, I've got like 14 different engineering degrees. I probably could break this thing down into 1,000 different pieces, probably more, put it back together, it'd be fine. Just need to get a hand on the schematics is all.
Okay. I don't have any engineering degrees, but if I see anything, I'll be glad to get it to you.
I mean, command center would be my guess. You could find one of the terminals in the mechanical layers, see if you had the technical expertise to retrieve that information from their computer systems. Maybe you could get lucky looking around in the storage level, see if they had something down there, but I don't think so. I wouldn't imagine so. You could try.
How long have you been alive?
I'm 78.
Just a normal amount of years?
Yes. Why?
Just
So you
curious to
can't be the
see.
only one that takes care of the king?
Oh, no. I mean, I am his primary physician, and I take care of his, his health. But
what happens when you die?
Oh, he'll find another.
It's just replaceable. Just go out and find another you. Also, this German. Where's this German come from?
That would be on the 4th floor.
Awesome. And basically, I'll just try and politely ask him to whatever floors he's aware of.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of trying to just pry some information out.
Yeah, just try and ask him politely if he's willing to let us know whatever floors that he knows what's what. Make a note of those.
3 is the desert. Unpleasant place. I wouldn't want to go there. 4, of course, is Germany. That's where I came from initially.
Okay.
You're on 11. 15 is where you come from. Of course, like I said, 16 is the Great Forest, and 17 is storage.
How many floors does the king control?
Out of the 16 inhabitable floors, technically 15 inhabitable floors, because the first floor was VIP guests when the expedition set out, so they're, they don't count. They're doing their own thing. So of the 14, right now, he controls about 7.
Oh. So he's rather influential.
But shouldn't he be actually more influential? I mean, given that he was educated by the creators of the ship and all, I mean, he seemed kind of weak.
He is quite injured and still recovering from his attempt to fully unify the 15th floor.
Is it such a terrifying place?
It's just next on the list. You all are a little different, far more inclined to the mystical energies than some of the other floors.
So these other floors, like they don't magic?
In their own ways.
Do you magic?
No, I am a physician, my friend.
Oh. Does anybody on your floor magic?
There's a few. Some of the more potent ones we did capture and burn alive as witches, but as expected.
Oh, let's not go there then.
Yeah, probably not. They would probably try to burn you alive as well.
Yeah, I don't want to have to kill them all. With my witch powers.
Probably. I've studied long enough with the king. I understand that there's some kind of science behind it, but it's not that exciting. Not like good old practical science.
You seem like a reasonable person. I mean, can you explain to us exactly why it's a good thing for the king to control all the levels?
That way, when the colony ship finally makes it to its new galaxy and begins distributing each level to their designated planet, each level will be fully unified and able to conquer the planet they land on.
But if that was the intended goal, shouldn't someone have already been set up to do that?
No, that's not what the builders had in mind.
Well, then isn't he going against what the builders wanted?
Yes, very much so.
And they know this?
It's kind of like, think of like a nature sanctuary. That in the king's mystical abilities does allow him some form of, lateral movement, evading them. But they very much, each level was set to completely replicate their home. That way you would never know that you were on a giant spaceship hurtling through the void.
No one else on our floor seems to know it, that's for sure.
That's most floors. I mean, if you go out to the market and start speaking that, most will call you a fool or a crackpot. I mean, the king does what he does without revealing any more information than necessary.
This is making me feel puzzled.
I'm feeling more and more certain as time goes on.
Certainty is a good thing. No, yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say certain of what though.
Oh, that when the king comes back, we should maybe make some sort of prophecy of some sort, and then have future people kick the crap out of him as well.
Well, I just had a thought. You're such a clever guy, and just so darn hospitable.
I am very smart. I have 4 degrees.
We found this
It's
room.
nothing at all. I'm sorry, Bob. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's
Nobody,
not that impressive, good boy. Really, 4 degrees.
Right?
we,
It's like
you
you
know,
don't even have to know. We're on the same wavelength,
we found this room one time that, like, if you twisted levers, like, you change the sun and the weather. And
environmental controls. Yes, I've heard of those.
Yeah. I don't know if you have any general understanding of those. Like, maybe you could share some pointers.
From my understanding, and this is information I've received from the king, it's used to adjust the environment in case changes need to be made, fine-tune it to the specific needs of the residents of any level, or the builders have sent cataclysmic events through certain levels, kind of thin the population down for a soft restart.
Oh. So like they're like, this floor sucks. Let's make it too hot for them and make a bunch of them die.
Generally, from my understanding, they do it if the natural ecosystem slips out of balance.
Overpopulation, yes, like feral hogs.
Very could be.
Sons and cousins.
Anyway. If you don't have any more questions, I would really like to go take a nap.
Yes, you go take a nap. We'll figure out the interdimensional heady flip tip here.
Yeah, do you mind showing us the pointers on how we use this thing?
Oh, it's very easy. Just make sure the doors are closed. Punch in the number to the level you want to go to, and he punches in 15. And then he opens the door, and it looks like you're looking inside a room inside of a castle or a palace or something.
Oh,
tremendous.
Yeah.
You wouldn't mind if I went through some of your journals and sort of jotted some things down, would you?
No, I don't have any problems with that.
Oh, excellent.
I mean, you know how to find me. Just 1-1.
Yeah. Do we want to maybe take a rest before we jaunt back?
I am keen to try out one of those water beds he mentioned.
I do have to warn you that the levels that the king has taken over, he has readjusted the dimensional rift door to a place that he controls. And the levels that are not are hidden about on the floor. That way they won't be easily noticed by the, residents of that level.
So be prepared for a little, some talking, perhaps. Or running.
both, perhaps.
Whichever one.
Well,
All right, I'm going to go look through some of your books and jot some stuff down in my lovely recipe / formula book.
Well, I am going to go take a nap. And he just
Going to
turns and
think.
wanders off.
okay. All right, then.
I'll head back to his lab and proceed to smear ink all over his journals.
Oh, God.
Once he's asleep, I want to see if he's got any hidden, anything hidden.
Yeah? You sneak into his room?
I'm going to start out on the outside first, but eventually, once he's good and asleep, I will sneak into his room.
Sure.
I mean,
Right, this is a good opportunity for some detect magic and some things like
Yeah.
that.
I'll tell you what, if you all spend some time kind of searching the house, you find quite a bit. I'm going to give you the rough kind of, let me get a journal entry so I can just drop these in here.
Hey, Baba, you want me to shoot him while he's sleeping?
I feel really bad about that, but I also kind of feel like if we let him heal the king, they're going to do a lot more damage.
You can wake him up first, knocking shooting.
Well, he has to use this device to get to the king, right? So, like, if we can disable the device after we go through, or as we
Can
go.
Or
can
if
Good
we
Boy
don't-
make an engineering test on that? Because this is actually
Yes.
it would be good.
He's
Nice.
got engineering, yes.
I mean, maybe we just go gather up the king's dust ourselves and take it with us.
I'll re-roll that. I'll spend a hero point.
There we go.
23.
So you're checking out the door?
I'm trying to like Bert was just saying, figure out a way to like sabotage the machine that he would use to go, to go get the king and everything.
Basically, let us go through and then leave him with
Yeah.
junk after we pass.
Well, that wouldn't stop him from getting the king. He just got going to water to get to him.
So you actually find, you're looking for a way to disable it, and with that 23, you actually discover something else. The panel on the wall can be removed rather easily, and it doesn't seem to have any hookups on the wall behind it. As you open those double doors, it just opens into a large closet. You go and you set it on the wall next to another door in this room, punch in some numbers, open that door, and it's a portal.
Oh,
So
like
we can
the
just
little-
take this with us?
Crikey! Get it out of this, Baba!
I mean, that's what 14 degrees will get you.
So we could move it. We'd have to have it open the door to go through the door. So we probably couldn't take it through the door it opens. But we could move it somewhere else, potentially.
It's definitely a possibility.
So what are we going to do with, what was his name? Thrain?
Oh yeah, you're unconscious, dude.
Yeah, we've kind of been ignoring him this whole time.
Yeah, you have.
I mean, concussions are a hell of a thing.
Yay. I'm beginning to question how, I don't know, if we're doing the right things or not.
I mean, it's pretty clear the king's done horrible, horrible, horrible things. And honestly, despite the colorful way he says it, I think Mornath makes a good point. You don't want a completely homogenized settlement, because then all it takes is one thing to go wrong and everything's gone. You need the diversity there.
Imagine if you could turn a weather dial and just extinctify every living thing on the planet. That would be horrible.
That list that just popped up is what you get from ransacking the king's house.
Nice. Having a 1 liter or 2 liters, or 3 liters won't have anything to do with the weather killing them all or not, though.
Oh my.
Well, they all seem to be kind of, I don't know, brain enslaved as well. They seem kind of very slavishly following of the king. And I think that's probably part of it.
Oh my gosh, 10d6 fire damage.
I don't know. I mean, they just seem to treat him like anybody else treats a ruler. I mean, we're doing what we're doing, at the beck of some other ruler.
I feel like we largely responded to the fact that there were people that performed horrible surgeries on unwilling children.
Oh, and that's still a problem. Like, don't get me wrong.
So what's happening?
Well, we loot the place.
You loot the place,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I was thinking of looting the place, smearing ink on all of this physician's journals so nobody can read anything. And I say nobody because I intend to poison the physician in his sleep. Oh, and I'm boiling but the 4 fish that I have.
Okay.
Like, I'm just going to,
I mean, you might as well take the books.
well, nah, it's more fun this way.
Fun is important.
Fun is
I
important.
worship Callistria, who is the goddess of, among other things, revenge. So I think he tried to kill me with science, the son of a bitch. I'm going to ruin his science permanently.
Yeah.
Chuck,
Yeah.
this machine, would it be possible, like, maybe I'm not getting it, would it be possible to, like, dismantle it and bring it with us, like, go back the way we came and then re-engineer it inside of Barbar's castle so that we always have access to it?
I am selling it to you easier than that, since it just seems to come off the wall, and any door it's attached next to becomes the portal.
Okay, gotcha.
The only thing you would have to do is test to see if you can open a portal, then remove it from the wall.
Crikey, that's easy. No problem.
And yeah, it works.
Portal
You
us
can
out in
take it
space.
with you. Yeah.
Just make sure this is the only one here as well.
Searching the house, you don't find any others. So,
Right.
So, do we ask our friend Thrain if there's any good reason for us to bring him back with us?
I mean, it sounds like we're all on board for screw the king, so like no matter what. So
At this point, even if we're wrong, we just got to double down. I mean, it's all about priorities.
We'll either be blessed in the afterlife or cursed forever. And really, it's a coin toss at this point. Why not have a little fun with it? Take the gamble.
All right, and for a penny and for a pound.
That's economics.
Probably. I mean, I don't have like 14 degrees.
like if you leave me alive and take me with you, I make you rich. I mean, I can give you money, coin, gold.
No. We'll leave you alive if you get all your buddies of influence together and you figure out a way to help all those people who are trying to get their ancestral farmlands back.
I can do that. That's easy enough. I was one of the ones who drew up the plans for reallocating all the farms.
Well, there we go. Yes, that'll do just nicely.
Deal.
Excellent. Oh, and of course, we will hold you to your word, because if you don't do it, we'll do horrible things to you.
I believe you.
I'm not a liar. Well, all the time. I guess I was lying just there. I'm not a liar.
Okay. So, we're at time. I'm going to move things along. You all throw the controller on the door, activate it, remove it, and step through.
I still had one thing I wanted to do before we go, though.
What do you got?
We got to dust up the king.
Do you want to go back and go collect him?
I mean, it's the only way we'll stop him from coming back.
Well, then
And since we got the portal, the portable portal, we
Yeah.
can just go down there, get the king, portal back, and we're good.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll pick up next session then. With you, we'll say you make the journey back through the water. You're in the little airlock thing, and we'll pick up right there with you all collecting the king's corpse and finding a way to dispose of him permanently.
Okay.
Cool. Well, that's where we'll end it for tonight. Lots of things happen. Barbar, I hope you're ready for all the fantastic conversations you and Good Boy get to have now.
It's so
Crikey.
wonderful. I'm so happy.
I just look forward to just being completely oblivious to it.
Let's do some plugs. Bert, what do you got going?
Hey, on twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder this Friday, we've got some BX Dungeons and Dragons going on at 10 o'clock Eastern. This Sunday is Shadowrun. Yeah, Shadowrun, using the one roll engine system. And then the Tuesday after is first edition Dungeons and Dragons.
Very cool. Jeff, what do you got?
Over on twitch.tv/lollygaggers on Friday. We should be back to Delta Green, Impossible Landscape, starting up the final part 4, as we travel through Carcosa. And Saturday we'll be playing One Ring 2nd Edition, as we are journeying into the dead city of Fornos terrain. And Monday we'll be back to Ultraviolet Grasslands.
Very cool. For Defenders, Friday, 10 p.m. Central. We're going to be doing some more Shadowrun. Saturday, I'll be running something over on twitch.tv/Grim and Perilous Plays. Jeff, Jake, and Dan, you'll all be there. Doing some 5th Ed action. That's at 1 p.m. Central. Friday night at 9 p.m. Central on Defenders. Here on Defenders, we'll be doing some Darkest House that Steven's running. And I'll be hanging out with Bert for Shadowrun, but sadly, I will have to miss UVG because I'll be in Kansas City at the Reroll Tavern for a little live Grim and Perilous event. So you can swing by and say hi if you really wanted to, but if you're creepy, I'm going to punch you. So we're clear on that. I'll go to jail if you're creeping on me. Anyway, that's all I found.
Yeah, only we're allowed to do that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. That's the end. So until we see you next time, start fires, do drugs, and put fish in your ears, because it's great.
Because bark.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Crikey, crikey.
Oh, no.
See you later, everyone.